It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. And now here's your host, Geno Jones.
It is showtime. The weekend is almost here. What's happening, everybody? Yes, it is Geno. It is time for the Geno Jones Daily Variety Show, Monday through Friday, right here, around 6:30-ish. Now, listen, I'm starting a couple minutes late. I apologize, but I just want to tell you that, as my grandmother would say, the devil is busy. But as she also said, Satan, you are a lie. Because it is showtime. You know, when you got an exciting show, you know, every day, every show is exciting because, as my grandfather said, every day above ground is a good day. He said, your worst day, 6 feet above ground, will always be better than your best day, 6 feet below ground. So every day above ground is a good day. But the devil gets busy. He wants to throw some sand in the gears. But we are rebuking you in the name of the Lord, and I'm not even a preacher. Listen, I got a great show. I got a very special guest whose face you will recognize. Well, yeah, Keela Carson's going to join me also. But we have another special guest who she has been doing big things, but now she's putting on a different hat. And she's got some content that is fire. And when you see who this is, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So let's get right into it. All right. So the theme of today's show is Black Women Magic. Congratulations to Tishaura Jones. Yes, Tishaura Jones. She was elected the first Black woman mayor of St. Louis, Missouri. Mayor Jones, congratulations. No relation, not that I know of. Mother, I know my mother's mother. Do we have any cousins in St. Louis? It's only like a 5.5-hour drive right down I-55 from Chicago to St. Louis. Anyway, Mayor Jones, congratulations. A couple quotes from Mayor Jones. One quote, she said, "This is our opportunity to rise." The second quote, Mayor Jones said, "We are done ignoring the racism that has held our city and our region back." Congratulations to Mayor Tishaura Jones. I heard her tell a story that I think when she first announced that she was going to run for mayor. And when I heard the story, it really hit me. She said that her son said, "Oh, Mom, if you become mayor, I don't have to be afraid of the police anymore." I was like, wow, how powerful is that? So, young man, I hope you are right. So once again, congratulations to Mayor Tishaura Jones, or AKA Cuz, the first Black woman mayor in the city of St. Louis, Missouri. The Forbes magazine list of the 7 richest Black Americans are out. Myself and my main contributor, Miss Keela Carson, are that close. We will be on the list next year. We just missed it by about $2 from being on that billionaire list. So you can imagine who those Black Americans are. Of course, Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, Mr. Shaun Carter, a.k.a. Mr. Jay-Z, Michael Jordan, Kanye West, and businessman Robert Smith. Now, Robert Smith is the businessman who, I think in 2018 or 19, he was the commencement speaker at Morehouse. So there's a couple hundred students or graduates who still had like outstanding debt, student loan, or still owed Morehouse some money. He paid it all off. Now that's what I'm talking about, giving back. And then a brother who I had to do a little research on, David Stewart. He's a tech billionaire. I think it's Worldwide Technical, I believe is the name of the company. Brother is worth $3.9 billion. And no, the tech company's not out in the Silicon Valley, not out in San Jose. It's nowhere near there. It's actually in St. Louis. So congratulations to all those 7 Black billionaires. Can a brother borrow 20? That's all, just a 20. Just can I hold a 20 till payday in 2 weeks? That's all a brother, just let a brother hold 20. 20 million. That's all I'm asking for. Just 20, just a 20, just 20 million. Okay, I got the routing number. We can take care of this right after the show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen, joining me is going to be my contributor. As a matter of fact, we're on a couple days. She's on with me once or twice a week. She is the cultural, I call it the culture contributor, because we talk about everything: entertainment, social political commentary, sports, you name it. Keela Carson up there in the 313, repping the Detroit city. And speaking of Detroit, our very special guest is a TV personality, TV host. She's an author, she's an actress, she's a producer. You know her from hosting Access Hollywood and 90 Day Fiance. She is an Emmy Award-winning journalist, making her debut as a film executive producer with not one, but two upcoming Lifetime original movies. Matter of fact, Lifetime should give, like, every black woman in America, they should do like what happened with my man with what's Swizz? Yeah, Swizz and Tim. You know, when they merged up with Triller, everybody, all the singers and the rappers who were part of the versus battle, all 43, because they just did it for the love. They didn't get paid for it. But Swizz and Tim made sure they got it. They became shareholders. They own a piece of the company. So Lifetime, y'all should make like every black woman in America like a major shareholder, because I know the sisters, I just know from the women in my family. They watch Lifetime like I watch ESPN. So these two upcoming Lifetime original movies. So I am so excited to welcome to the show, along with Miss Keela Carson. Ladies and gentlemen, you recognize that beautiful face, both of those beautiful faces, both of them repping the 313, Shaun Robinson. Shaun, thank you so much for joining the show. You can see I'm pretty amped. I'm normally pretty amped.
Wow, I was going to say, what an introduction. That's amazing. Thank you. Thank you. It's awesome to be here with you. A very a blessing to be with both of you. So thank you so much for having me.
Well, first of all, congratulations, Key. This is so huge. For not just for African Americans, but just, for black women to, first of all, I root for any black person in a leadership position or being a boss. It's hard for us overall. It's hard for black men for different reasons. And it's really hard for black women because you have to deal with racism, the same racism that we as black men deal with, but then you all have to deal with sexism and patriarchy and misogyny. So that's a whole different layer. So to overcome that and to be a boss, we salute you there, Shaun Robinson. So I gotta ask, so how did this is gonna sound like a dumb question, but I was always taught there's no such thing as a dumb question. That's why you ask, but it's obvious. How does it feel being the executive producer for not one but two films? And how did you connect with Reverend T.D. Jakes? Because I see it from doing my homework. He's an executive producer also, correct?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And once again, thank you so much for having me. And, many people in Detroit know that I am a Detroit cheerleader. Out here in LA, I wear my Detroit versus everybody t-shirt, sweatshirt all the time. They get sick of me amping up Detroit. I'm just so proud of my city, and I'm just thankful that I came from a city that, first of all, Detroit is the city that built America with the auto industry.
Yes. Very true.
And it's a city of resilience, and that's what you need. Going out into the world, you need resilience. You need to understand that you may get knocked down, but you get right back up, and that's what coming from my city of Detroit has taught me. It's about perseverance, and it's about faith and overcoming obstacles. So, I began my television career in Detroit at WGPR.
Wow.
Yes, I was a reporter and anchor, and also had a talk show called Strictly Speaking way back in the day. But, so I learned that's where I learned how to write and report and edit and all that. And, at the core of any journalist, if you've done your homework and if you have come up through the ranks, you basically are a producer, because you're, in the smaller market, you're producing your own stories. You guys know what producing is all about. It's about, creating a story and having a vision for a story and executing that vision. So I had to learn how to produce stories when I was coming up through the ranks. And so I spent, I went from Detroit to Flint, Michigan for 2.5 months before the news director told me I wouldn't make it in TV. And then I went to
Can we?
Milwaukee.
I'm sorry. I had to jump in. I apologize, but can we? What's his name? We like
Well,
to.
no, no,
Geno.
not
We,
that. We
Hey,
we
got
don't
listen.
want to do, we don't want to do that.
Success is the best revenge, but sometimes some folks just need to be. How you like me now, partner?
and it's really even not about that. It's more about what that does to a person
Yes.
when you have an authority figure telling you that, they're putting their mark on you. They're saying that you're not going to make it. And television is about, as you know, in many different jobs, it's about personal taste. He might not like, I wasn't his cup of tea, but that doesn't mean I wasn't somebody else's cup of tea.
Thank you.
And so that's like the main point. And so when I tell that story, it's about, because we've all had no's in our lives. We've all had closed doors. And it's about finding that person or people that will open a door for you. So from there, I went to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I was a reporter anchor and also hosted a talk show. I went to Austin, Texas for a year before going to Miami. I was a reporter and anchor in both cities. And then I came to Hollywood. And that was in 1999. I came to Hollywood. So that was before social media, before podcasts, before Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, before social media at all. So it was a much different time. So back then, being a part, this Black girl coming and being on this red carpet, that was like a really new thing. There were just a handful of us, and definitely not many on national entertainment shows.
Right.
So that was a turning point in my career, and I ended up being there for 16 years. And somebody told me that
Wow.
I was the longest serving anchor on a national entertainment show other than Mary Hart.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
So yeah,
Wow.
other than Mary Hart. So that was quite an accomplishment. But after a while, I started thinking about, okay, what are the additional chapters? And I don't even say the next chapter because I still do television. But what are the additional chapters? How do I diversify? How do I use all of my talents here? And so I started thinking about content that I wanted to acquire. I started thinking about what, now we've got, reality shows and docu-series. And I started thinking, okay, what can I create? And so I had pitched a number of docu-series that had come up. There was one that was a home renovation show in Detroit that I had pitched. There was another show based in Detroit because Detroit has, just so much, flavor, and it just, there's so many stories there. Then one day, a friend of mine who worked at the time Essence magazine. He was the books editor for Essence magazine. He called me up. His name is Patrick Henry Bass. He called me up. He said, "Shaun, I just got the galley for Lust, and so before
Mm.
books come out, the publishers will send." Magazines and reporters the galley so they could look it over and, do a report on it. He said, I got the galley from Lust from Victoria Christopher Murray, amazing author, and she's writing all 7 books of the 7 deadly sins.
Wow.
This is Lust is the first one. So he said you should call her up and tell her you want to option the whole series. So I knew her, so I called her up and said, hey Victoria, I think these would make your book would make a great movie, and I think the whole series would make a great movie. So we did the deal, and I started pitching it around town. I pitched it to networks, I pitched it to production companies, I pitched it to producers, I pitched it to Lifetime, I pitched it to TD Jakes, I pitched it to a number of different people. And here's a lesson that I give people all the time. It wasn't everybody loved the idea of the 7 deadly sins, but it just wasn't it wasn't the right time for them. So what oftentimes when you think you get a no, it's actually a not yet.
Yes.
Okay. A no is many times a not yet. And so what happened was TD Jakes did a film with Lifetime, Faith Under Fire with Tony Braxton.
Mhm.
And it did very, very well. And they, the break, Bishop Jakes and Lifetime, started talking about doing more movies for them. So Bishop Jakes' producing partner, Derek, called me up, and I hadn't talked to him like in a year after I had pitched it to him. And he said, "Hey, Shaun, do you still have that property, Seven Deadly Sins?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, TD Jakes would like to do it with you on Lifetime." Wow. I'm like, "Okay, yeah, great." Fantastic.
Yeah.
And so that's how the partnership came to be. And so it's interesting that I had pitched to Lifetime, I had pitched to Jake separately, and then the stars aligned and we all came together. And so now, and I started pitching, I acquired the rights of the series in 2016. So here it is, 2021.
Wow.
And we got our movie. So it was a long road, and then COVID hit and all that stuff. But that's how it happened.
Man,
So
God
Shaun, let me ask. Lifetime is doing a lot, and I especially noticed during COVID because there was the Clark Sisters movie.
Yeah.
There was not TLC. There was Clark Sisters movie. Wendy Williams. We just had Mahalia Jackson. There's something going on over there. Talk to us a little bit about what Lifetime and A&E is doing to get these stories out there with people of color, especially women.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this. What Lifetime is doing is what everybody should be doing. Okay. It shouldn't be like one place that's telling stories about, Black women. So, Lifetime stepped up to the plate. I mean, it's not like, other folk can't do it. Right. They just haven't done it.
Right.
And as you know, anytime you're flipping through the station and you see you see a movie about Black people, you're doing a double take. You're like, okay, because you don't see it, like many places you don't see it.
Exactly.
Right.
So I'm thankful that Lifetime gave me the opportunity as a first-time executive producer, because that's huge. Not one, but two movies.
Yes.
And so I applaud Lifetime for understanding that we want to see ourselves. And so that's really important. And once again, it ain't brain surgery. Black folk watch TV. They want to see themselves on, on everywhere. But yeah, Lifetime. I'm kind of surprised more people haven't followed Lifetime's model, to tell you the truth, because we tune in to see ourselves, to see our stories. And also about Lifetime, not only showing the movies, airing the movies, but giving, people like me their opportunities, because now the door is open for me to executive produce other content, because now I have that title. Now, I can't, now when I go somewhere and nobody can say, "Oh, well, you haven't executive produced before."
Exactly.
Well, yes, I have, and Lifetime gave me that opportunity.
Right, and that gives other people opportunities, because they'll say, "Well, wow, look at the success of Shaun Robinson. That can open doors for other Black women, Black men, and other people of color." And I'm sure they've done the research. And Shaun, I know you know this, working in TV. Black people, Black Americans, over-index on social media, over-index when it comes to TV. I mean, meaning that for the population, we watch in larger chunks, and we utilize these platforms in larger chunks than the general population.
Yes.
And we're very loyal. African Americans are very loyal consumers. If we like you, we love you, and we stay with you. So speaking of love, or maybe lust, let's talk about Saturday Night, starring my girl, Miss Carrie Hilson, and Mr. Darrell Babs, a.k.a. my boy repping Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Even though I know I shouldn't, he don't really claim Milwaukee. I know he's out there in Hollywood with my dude, R&B singer Tank, the women going crazy already. They've seen the trailers. Boy, you know how y'all look. It's TV. That's your business. I know. You got to know what you're doing. But
Stink up.
Key, they know how to. Boy, they know how to put them trailers together now. Cause you're like, it's gonna be like that. So.
And Geno, don't forget Tobias. That's
Pavilion, yes. Tobias is hot himself.
So Shaun, tell us a little bit about it. Tell us a little bit about what's happening this Saturday night.
So very quickly, can you guys name the 7 deadly sins? Go ahead.
Okay, of course.
I'm giving you lust and envy.
And envy, right?
Okay, what else?
It's got to be greed.
Gluttony.
Yep.
Jealousy should be
Jealousy.
No, not jealousy.
That's envy. That's envy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Okay, I'll give them to you.
Yes, thank you.
Lust, envy, greed, wrath, pride, sloth, and gluttony.
Pride,
Yes.
Okay.
Pride comes before the fall.
Victoria's books are she's doing a book for each of the deadly sins. So this Saturday, it's lust, and that's the book that's in the first series. So we have our heroine, our main character, Tiffany. She's about to marry the man of her dreams. Carrie Hilson's about to marry Tobias Trevelyan. So Tobias plays Damon. He's the head of King Enterprises. He's the man of her dreams, handsome, rich, all this. And then for the wedding, Damon's boy, Trey, played by Tank, comes to town. Now, Trey just got out the big house, okay? he and Damon go way back. And so, but they're boys, right? They're boys. Or so we thought.
Wow.
Okay. And then Tiffany is starting to feel something for Trey. And now she's experiencing lust. And you know what the wages of sin are.
Wow.
Ooh, okay, so we got to find out what happens.
Wow.
Will Tiffany give in to her temptation, to her sin? We got to find out.
And I know how Tank roll. Tank gonna get on and get to singing, yeah, baby. No shirt on. It's like, come on, dude. This is your boy. This is your boy's wife. What are we doing here? Come on, man.
And there were a lot of good twists. I thought it was going, and then I thought
and then in the middle you go, oh no.
Yes.
Don't give it away. Don't give it away.
All right. Well, listen. So now you got 2 now. So we're not leaving them. We got Envy coming up the following Saturday. That's going to be April 17th.
Okay. So Envy, Gabrielle, played by Rose Rollins, has an amazing job, incredible career, amazing husband, beautiful daughter, and then her father tells her that as a result of an affair he had while he was married to her mother years ago, she's got a long lost sister played by Soraya. And Soraya plays Keisha. And so Gabrielle is welcoming Keisha with open arms. And Keisha's like, okay, all right. But Keisha's got other plans. See, Keisha is now very envious of Gabrielle's life. And she wants that life. And she will do anything to take it, to have it. So Soraya plays the heck out of Keisha. We have Jay Young Fly in it. We have Candy Burris, who plays Reagan. She is Gabrielle's friend. Ain't feeling Keisha. Clifton Powell is in both movies. So as the preacher man, and we've got a great cast. It was really fun, very fun to put this together.
So
Shaun, I wanted to add that I thought it was very slick how you're going to go from one movie to the other.
Yes,
I love it.
Yes.
I noticed that. I said, "Oh, that's nice."
So listen,
and that's how Victoria wrote the book. We're not going to give it away, but that's
right.
I love it. All right, before we're about to lose Shaun's satellite, so Shaun Robinson. In closing, I see your boy know how to do this thing, but before we lose your satellite, is there anything else you want to share with the viewers? And I just personally want to thank you for being a guest on the show. You always have a home. I'm all about supporting Black entrepreneurs and Black business people, so you always have a home and a platform to promote whatever you're doing. But if there's anything else you want to share with the viewers outside of, because I know my wife, my mother, she's watching now. She loved Lifetime. Lifetime probably don't leave her station until I talk her.
Yeah, so we want everybody to tune in this Saturday, and we're gonna have a Twitter party, live Twitter party at 8 o'clock.
Cool. Eastern time.
Eastern. Lust on Lifetime.
Okay.
Lust on Lifetime. Then the following week, Envy on Lifetime. So hashtag Lust on Lifetime, hashtag Envy on Lifetime. So we want everybody to tune in, tweet 8 o'clock Eastern, and then West Coast time, 8 o'clock. So we're gonna have a great time on Saturday night.
Shaun Robinson, we are so proud of you. Just for the culture, repping the culture and the community. We're proud of you, my sister. Keep doing your thing, being a boss. And like you said, you got a home right here on the Geno Jones Show, anytime, any day. So don't hesitate to reach out. We'll be watching Saturday. That ain't normally me, but I know Damaris will be watching. I'll be sitting there with me. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you, Key. Thank you, Key. I appreciate you. That's Detroit City right there. Sisters doing their thing. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you, God. Most of all, thank you for letting me do the Geno Show. Shout out to Mr. Bruce Gage, the official wardrobe stylist and consultant for the Geno Jones Show. Check him out on IG, Instagram. That is Bruce Gage, Gage. Also, flyballthestore.com. Shout out to Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show. He is on Instagram, KLB Cuttin, KELBE CUTTIN. I want to thank everybody for watching. I love you. I really do. Mother, you know I love you because you're always watching. And thanks for all of my new subscribers. Please like, share, subscribe. Go back and binge watch some great episodes. Once again, I want to thank Miss Shaun Robinson. She is the executive producer for these two hot, talking about fire films this Saturday, and then the following Saturday, April 17th, you got Lust and Envy on Lifetime. God bless each and every one of you, God. Most of all, thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show. Tomorrow, Friday, we do our weekend review show, and as a matter of fact, I got a couple clips. I'm going to show you a clip from Saturday night's Lifetime special, Lust, just to kind of get you like, oh man, in case you haven't seen it, it's hot. You know, the kids, well, you know, just saying, it's hot. You got to check it out. All right, thanks everybody. Until tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Once again, thanks for watching. Be blessed.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.